they were rewarded with
This watch.
this watch.
But you told us now it's 1 million.
It's above $1 million today.
$1 million?
Yes.
Look at the setting, all factory, very rare model. I mean, okay.
On top of the Omani dress.
Whoa, okay. Okay guys, we are here at a special... Yeah, Turkish, right?
Me from Jordan.
You are from Jordan, but the restaurant original Turkish.
Restaurant brand Turkish.
And you just took out the meat from there, right? Behind you?
Yeah. Smoking sharper and the wood oil.
Oh, can you open it?
Yeah. 16 to 20 hours.
60 to 20. Can we see one more time?
Yeah, no.
Look at this. This is here in the best mall in Oman.
Here the sharper.
The charcoal. Oh, and then now we get this. How many grams?
20 gram.
Yeah.
1 kg, 350 gram.
This is enough for me. What do you want to eat? Now let's see.
Welcome. Tafadhal, sir.
This concept, we don't have. A friend which we know from the fair just introduced us here and said this is a good shop, we need to go here. Now they prepare everything, it's smoked, so you already see the tenderness of it. And now they prepare, as I do like spicy. I don't want to push it too hard for you, so we don't do maximum spice. Now let's see what's he doing. Some potatoes. We're just done with the amouage, and now we are going to reveal the perfume brand which we are going to introduce. It is Luxury Oman, and after this dinner we are going to, or this lunch, we're going to meet up with them and show you a complete new brand. And here we are. This is the brand we are talking about, and the interesting thing is I just saw the bottles and I already have 2 fragrances in my collection, one vanilla and one zafar, but later on I will explain you. This was on my last trip to Qatar. Now we are talking about Oman Luxury. This is a new brand which was founded a long time ago, had a rebranding in 2020, and it is over 400 point of sales. It's a well-known brand, especially here as well as in Harrods. And now let's go in and have a chat about the luxury world of Omani perfume for a very interesting price point, and you will like it. Let's go in. Salam.
How you doing?
Thank you very much for having me. Wie geht's Ihnen? I just told that you are in over 400 places.
Yes.
You have over 400 doors, and the brand kind of went through a rebranding phase in 2020, right?
Exactly. We went to we had a really big rebranding. A lot of things changed. The bottle, how it was looking, and how it was before. Before it was like something cute, but like now we have changed it. So
super heavy, huh?
It's high quality, and we are talking here about the shape of it. It represents the Omani guy.
Okay.
Right? So here, when we are talking about this one, it represents the cap that we are wearing.
Ah, okay.
All right. And then here, when we go to this circle right here, it represents the accessory that Omani lady is wearing, which is called Maria. It's this one right here.
Okay.
And it's also inspired from our logo when you see to see the circles around it. So it represents the Omani accessory which is be worn by the ladies. And then when we go here, you see the shape of the Omani guy when he stands with his wearing with the Omani
traditional coat. Huh?
Yeah, traditional clothes, which is called dishdasha.
Yeah.
We call it dishdasha, so it looks like this. So this one, it represents even the Omani culture, not just the perfumes by itself, because like our concept is to take Oman's name to the world in a bottles.
I mean, you really did an astonishing job. I just mentioned that I already have in my private collection 2 fragrances.
That's great.
And you have a very approachable Arabic DNA, but wearable also for Europeans.
Yeah, I mean, like we have chosen the ingredients and so on, and I mean, like very carefully to meet all the tastes around the world. So we were very careful about this, not to just to make it like the Arabian taste, like fully Arabian taste or fully European taste. So we just wanted something to make it in the middle, so it will just meet the requirements of everyone.
What was the first fragrance you introduced back in the day?
It was royal incense.
Royal incense.
Yes.
And I mean, incense is a special ingredient here from the Oman, right?
Yeah, of course. It's from south of Oman, which includes Omani fragrances that grows in south of Oman in the Far region. It was selected very specially, I mean, like very carefully to get the highest quality of fragrances. It's not just, we have created this one to change the concept of smelling the fragrances here. I mean, like the smell of the fragrances, what people know is something
more fresh,
very ordinary, and something which is like, I think it's been used in the churches as well.
Correct,
yeah.
Christian church,
Yeah.
you burn it.
Exactly. So here we want to change the concept. We have added another ingredients. We are talking about amber, we are talking about musk, and we have added Omani honey to add some sweetness on it. You can smell a lot of fragrances later on, but like in the beginning, even like you cannot really notice it at the beginning, so it just comes by time.
So this one I would suggest, I mean, this is more, this you can use daily, right?
I mean, like it could be a daily use, especially in winter. It's really nice on the winters, and even on a daily basis, like you can go to work and just wear it on.
I think so.
Yeah, it's really something. It's reflecting really good.
Yeah. And let's say if we move on, what kind of fragrance would you say is the next one we should try out?
Well, I would say Paramore.
Paramore. Okay.
Paramore.
Let's go for it.
Paramore. It's inspired by Omani sweet. It's called Omani halwa. We have, I mean, like the ingredients that have been used in it. We are talking about rose water. We are talking about saffron. We are talking about amber, musk, and so on. Which is like most of the ingredients, 90% of the ingredients been used to make the Omani sweet, Omani halwa.
So you take the inspiration from the Omani sweet and then translate it into the fragrance.
Why we did that? Because when you start to eat the Omani halwa, it's something so sweet you don't want to stop.
Yeah.
Which is like, and then like when you just started to smell this one, I mean, like you're just wondering, what is the smell?
It's
and
very pleasant.
Yeah, and then you just keep on smelling it, smelling it, smelling it, smelling it.
It has for when you see it and you want to imagine it, it has a sugary sweetness to it.
Exactly.
Not a fruity sweetness.
Not fruity sweetness.
Sugary.
No, sugary sweetness, so which will gives you a great scent. I mean, like it gives you a peace of mind when you smell it. I mean, like it's because like it's something really good, something sweet. No one doesn't like sweet. Everyone wants to like sweet, and so it makes you feel good.
A very seductive fragrance, which you can wear on daytime, but also evening time, daily use as well.
Yeah.
And then I spot a name, Wanderlust.
Okay.
This is over here. There you go.
It's a German name.
It's a German name. Why? What is going on with this name?
Well, okay, Wanderlust in the German language, what does it mean? It means, I believe it does mean hiking through the mountains and so on.
Yeah.
So we got inspired about the name, which is like, I mean, like we really liked it. So Wanderlust, it's inspired from the Omani mountains here. It's called Jabal al-Akhdar, the Green Mountain. So like when you start to smell this perfume, it's like as if you are smelling the nature.
For sure.
So
you feel a green energy.
Yeah, I mean, like there is something greenish in it, so you're just smelling the nature. So we are talking about grass, we are talking about green apple and so on. So I mean, like
green apple.
Fig as well.
This is it. Yeah, it's a fig, but I don't have to say it's a creamy one. It's a fresh one.
Yeah, it is fresh. It is fresh, and it's especially it's one of the.
That it is a fig. Fig is the one. This fragrance, you know, this is something for Monday morning. If you don't get out of bed and you need to kind of have a push, you know, you get energized with it. Okay.
Yeah.
Good one. This is a serious. This is a serious clean. If you want to, you know, get into serious mood. This is a great one.
I mean, and it's really recommended to be used like in summertime. It's
Summertime.
really good. I mean, like, of course, but the effect in the summertime, it's really good. But like, I mean, again, in the winter, it's like it's getting much better. But like in summer, it's one of our recommendations to use it in summertime.
And just here on the right, first off, the name is quite interesting, and the liquid, the juice inside, looks different. We have here oud.
Oud Aqualaria. So if we are talking about Oud Aqualaria here, it's inspired from the really back in time where the Omani people where they used to sit and gather. So as if like they are going into the forts or castles and so on, and then they just sit on the ground, and then when the people come to visit them, it's something, a mixture between the old buildings, and then we just smell the fruitness in it. So I believe that you have smelled red apple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. This is a fruity mixture.
It's a really fruity mixture that represents the old Omani people where they used to sit and gather on the floor when they together, and then they represent, I mean, like,
Very good
instead
one.
of sweets and coffee and so on, so they were just representing fruits. And even though we're still doing it until today, fruits and so on.
Very good one.
Yeah, it is. It is a really good one.
It's like an Arabic fruit platter.
Exactly.
Really powerful.
Yeah, it is.
What kind of oil dosage you use in this one? 20%, yeah?
20%, yeah.
You feel that it has a lot of power to it. And here on this side, we see a
Alright.
different color. What is the black bottles about?
All right, we'll move on from. So this one here, it was the main collection. As you see, the names are not really tending to be like something Arabic or so on. So when we are moving to the private collection here, we are looking at the names here at the beginning. So we are looking at Zafar, or we are looking at Maria, or we are looking at Khanjar. These are Arabic names. So when we are talking about Zafar here, it's the old name of some one of the regions in Oman. Now it's called Dhufar, but like back in time it was Zafar.
Okay.
All right.
This is the one I have in my collection.
All right. Yeah.
Let me try it out again, because this one is in Germany and I'm not in Germany anymore.
You're missing it.
Yeah, I'm missing it. I just know that I choose this one for my collection, and they are a little bit more have a more Arabic touch to it, right?
Yeah, it does. It does. To be honest, yes.
But I have to say, it's not animalic at all.
No.
Zero. So what do we have here in Zafar?
So here we are talking about, see, it's inspired from, of course, Dhufar, where the old, back in time, the ladies who were staying like in south of Oman, they were very famous in making scented agrowood. So they have that something like that common smell, but like every lady, and then later on, she adds her touch on it. So like when you smell it, this is the common scented agrowood. You would smell it, but like there is a lot of additions, of course, of the ingredients and so on. So it gives you a great scent of like as if you are smelling how the old Omani ladies used to smell back in time. So it reminds you. I mean, like especially for Omani people, they're okay, I remember my mom used to do this, that. I remember the smell of this.
And you say old lady, but I'm wearing it also.
No, all of them are unisex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
like
mean, like we are talking about the inspiration.
yes,
of
for
it,
sure.
yeah.
No, when you smell it, it has a kind of sweetness and powderness to it.
Exactly.
This is what I smell like. Extremely unique. This
Yeah.
fragrance DNA you find nowhere.
Something different. It's something totally different.
And then, as the last one, there are much more. We will speak about them in detail, of course, later on a time. But for now, the last one is, I think we should cover Khanjar, because it's important. It's the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
This is the Khanjar. We are talking about this is the Khanjar. This is
Omani dagger.
It's like something the Omani guys, Omani people who are wearing it in like formal occasions. We are talking about weddings and so on.
Yeah.
So like when you get this, when you put it on like this here, and then with the belt on you, most of the people, when they're putting on this, they like to smell something woody, something with wood and so on. So like instead of making the scented agra wood and then you're just making the oud and so on, so this perfume here makes a shortcut for you. When you just spray it on, it will give you a great scent, like how many, like the scent, it represents how do you look.
Okay, let's
So
try it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my friends, this is for the expert level. If you are a collector, we have in our community a lot of. They want to have the very heavy and something strong and powerful for real men. This is the one you need to get. 100% pure wood you use for this one.
Yeah.
It's a very nice smell. You feel some slight aromatic, what you want to have in this combination, and it's very interesting. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, in addition to our lineup, to add something from the Oman, and it's a great addition to our collection.
Yeah.
And I'm sure because of the, let's say, European influence, I mean, the fragrances are very approachable. I'm pretty sure that you will enjoy them from Germany and from the US as well. Very nice fragrances. Ah, another room. Ah,
It's the VIP room for our limited editions only.
limited editions.
Yes.
Let's check it out. Let's go.
Let's go.
This is for the VIP clients.
I mean, like, it's made like especially for the two perfumes from the limited editions that we have. Here we can see Angam, and here we have Dijon.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, these perfumes are from the limited editions. What makes so special about these perfumes, I mean, like, the quality of the ingredients have been used in it. If we are talking about Angam, I mean, like, moving from the middle note to the top note or whatever it is. So,
Can we try?
Yeah, of course. So like it takes time. I mean, like from moving from note to note. So it takes time. We are talking about like some in the normal perfumes. We are talking about 10 minutes. But here in Angam, every 1 or 2 minutes you will be smelling something else. Here at the beginning, right now you'll be smelling the scent of green apple. All right. So this perfume, first of all, it's inspired from the Omani Royal Opera House.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you go there, you see the artwork of the wood of when you go to and you see the roof. I mean, like it's something really amazing. So at the beginning here, you're just smelling the green apple. Minute after and so on, it will change, but it doesn't go away from the concept of the perfume by itself. So here we are talking about
Mature fragrances.
yes, wood, something with wood, something, I mean, like amber. We are talking about musky. So a lot of ingredients. It has more than 30 ingredients, which combines all later on in one just smell, which gives you a great something luxurious.
Luxurious, yes, for sure. Is only exclusively here available, or?
That's available.
It's available everywhere, but like that's we just wanted to. I mean, like if you could see the glass, the bottle,
Yeah.
it's fully black. It's not transparent. As like if you remember the main collection,
Yeah.
it's really transparent, and then moving to the private collection, it's black but it's transparent.
Yes.
But these ones fully black.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, which makes it special even in the look of it.
This one is a very luxurious, mature fragrance. Yeah. And maybe we can also Dijon.
Yes. Dijon, something very unique. Here we are talking about something rosy here.
Before you try it, I will give you a small
Story.
story about Dijon. We met the master perfumer, Dominic Rapion. We told him that we want a fragrance inspired from the roses. So when we're extracting the rose, we're extracting in different way, like a traditional way. How we extracting it, we are not using any machines. We're using like a traditional, as I say. We keep the roses on the pole of the silver pole, and we keep a lot of woods. We burn
Burning
it.
food.
So when we burn, we smell, you can smell a lot of smoky roses. So what the perfumer, when he keep the paper on the roses with the water rose, and he smelled, he said to us, "Where's the roses? I cannot smell it, the roses." So here you can smell a lot of smoky roses. First of all, you can smell like a woody notes, like a wood, smoky wood. Later on, you can smell smoky roses, not that much of feminine or any roses you can smell it before.
Let's try it out.
Yeah. It needs to
Completely
hold on.
different.
Yeah.
You smell no.
When you say the roses, you cannot smell the rose.
At the
Wow.
beginning.
Very unique.
Even later, you cannot smell the rose. You can smell like smoky rose, not that much of feminine or
Feminine, yeah. I like to wear, personally, I like to wear rose because the contrast is what I like. Very interesting, very unique touch.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't have mentioned rose, I wouldn't smell it.
Yes. So this is the good story behind the Dijon.
And
And
this,
I like it, this type of fragrance. This is my favorite.
these two are very, very nice.
Yeah.
I mean, what you have brought together in this place, it's really magnificent. And you kind of, I mean, I'm sure we will do well on these, and I'm really looking forward for you letting us know which fragrance you maybe already know, which you have tried, maybe you know the brand already, and
I would describe us in one word.
yeah,
Simplicity.
simplicity.
Something simple. Something really ordinary. I mean, like, we don't like the skyscrapers like Dubai.
True.
So we are talking
True.
about simplicity and nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
These are some great words at the end. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very
I'm
much
really
for
looking
visiting
forward
us.
to- yeah.
Of course, be my guest, and you are welcome in your second country, Oman. Most welcome to come here and visit us more.
I'm surely coming back. Thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure to see you.
If you're interested in the fragrances, go on our web shop, enjoy them, experience them, and I have to tell you, we always try to pick out something unique, and we add brands rarely. This one has been chosen by Herbert, and you know Herbert is only choosing the best, so you can really look forward for something unique which you have never smelled before. And we have over 1,000 different fragrances in our shop. Nothing smells like this. Now forget everything what you have seen before. We will now enter the world what I enjoy. This is what my heart beats for. I mean, also the other stuff, of course, I like. But right now, we meet a dear friend from us. He is based here. And I have to say, thank you very much first for having us.
Pleasure to
Maybe
meet
you
again.
appeared in some vlogs, because we always met in Hong Kong Fair.
That's right.
And the thing is,
We also met in Miami.
in Miami we also met, and maybe you were also in the video. You need to check him out, Future Jewelry. The link is in the description. More or less, I mean, you are specialized in rare collectibles, jewelry, but everything is like really hard to find, and it doesn't matter. Always when I meet you, either the watch or something else, you send me pictures of things I have never seen in my life.
And you might not see them again.
But I mean, you started in it. I mean, what you always did?
So my father was 50 years in the business, and we had the pleasure of seeing a lot of gifts of the Middle East, so like sultans, kings, gifted stuff, and it circulated in the region. We were the few people who understood things that were rare and hunted them back then. So people reached out early, and whoever bought things early bought them cheap.
But this is really it. You need to understand that, especially the Sultan here from the Oman was really known for making gifts.
Of course.
He was very generous.
Very generous, a man of peace, a man of honor, dignity. Everybody respected the logo because of his goodwill and his...
But the amount of gifts was outstanding, or is outstanding. You have Rolex, you have...
This is an example of a Rolex with the Omani khanjar.
Here you see at 6 o'clock the Oman Khanjar. And Roman Scharf, always, he's also collecting this.
This is the most expensive khanjar. This
Look
is
at
above
this.
$1 million.
And if you tell us a little bit about the history. So at that time when the watch was released, it was 70s or end of
It was
70s?
in the 70s. The watch retailed for about $1,000.
This watch $1,000.
Yes, and it was commissioned with the Omani logo, and it was gifted to pilots who used to serve in the military and people who achieved a special ranking or did like something out of goodwill or an act of good faith, and they were rewarded with
This watch.
this watch.
But you told us now it's 1 million.
It's above $1 million today.
$1 million?
Yes.
How come?
Find me another one.
I mean, you have to imagine, we just showed the watch briefly. We don't see Rolex in the writing here.
That's right.
So you need to put it into perspective. Rolex as a manufacturer, it's a well-known brand. Someone needs to come and tell them, hey look, Rolex nice, but put my logo on it. Imagine this today.
And imagine having that thought in the 70s. How creative you must have been to have that imagination of requesting a watch with the country's logo to offer it to people who worked or served the country
Wow.
in good faith. So it's something that you don't see much. And
From whom you got it?
to find it in this condition with the original dial, original cyclope, original crown pushers, same original worn bezel is semi-impossible. Everything else is service dial, service bezel. This is like untouched original. My father wears this almost every day. This is-
okay.
like this is his box.
This is a private collection.
He wears it, and yeah, he enjoys the watch.
So we see some quite unusual models. What is this watch about?
So you went for the German brand. This watch is called Nivril. It's one of the German brands. I came across it, and my father enjoys horses, so it has a minute repeater function, and it's a very similar to a Closoni dial.
Okay.
And I just enjoyed it, so I thought I'd grab it for my dad. But it's one of the nice looking watches.
Very nice
and
looking. That's why
it's like a $5,000 price range.
Very, very nice.
I bought it in Hong Kong.
I mean, okay. For 5,000. It's a good price.
Yeah.
And here we have also a brand which we don't cover a lot. This is probably a limited Middle East edition from Graf.
It's a Oman edition from Graf. They just released it this year, and my father was walking by the boutique. He saw the watch. He enjoys any black watch, and he was like,
I get it.
if it's meant to be, it's black and it's made for Oman and it's Arabic numerals. So I think it's limited to 50 pieces, and he picked up his favorite number 14.
14, okay.
So
But what we have here on the table is even more. I mean, these are the collectibles, which you can. I mean, we cover a lot of oud, but I mean, what is this?
this is Indian oud from the concentrated form, and this is a Burmese oud as well. Each one is at least 40 years old.
40 years old.
Yes, and very high concentration. So there's usually oud oils come as pure as 70%, and these are as close as 70%.
Okay. So you collect them?
We collect them, and then sometimes we also sell them to clients who come as a single transaction for a bridal one-stop shop, or like a jewelry set and things like that.
And here, this is
Again,
clock.
we do objects, and this is one of the wildest ones that we've had. It's by Asprey, a British company, and it consists of lapis lazuli, 18 karat gold, diamonds, silver, and then a mysterious clock with cabochon sapphires, diamonds, lapis, and rock crystal quartz.
And from which area, from which time you think it is?
Again, from the 80s,
80s.
and it's British made.
But why do we see here in Oman these collectibles? You know, I feel that, or I always see that here you get these collectibles. Outside, not so much.
So one token of rewarding people was gifts in Oman. It was not so common to gift somebody a sum of cash.
Okay.
It was always more pleasant to gift him a watch or a piece of object. That's why you see a lot of gifts around. So people, if you get married, you get a gift. If your daughter gets married, somebody gifts you. And people like to exchange gifts, and sometimes they're expensive gifts.
Here we have the royal logo. So just for explanation for someone, what is, I mean, what do we see here?
So this is the typical Omani logo. It consists of two swords and a dagger in between, and this is called the crown. This watch was gifted to students who studied in the Sultan Qaboos University and were like the top students. Every year, 10 students were gifted an 18 karat gold watch with Sultan Qaboos picture and Arabic numerals. Different watches every year, but it's in 18 karat gold and carries.
Oh, you have also the engraving from backside.
That's right.
Look at it here. I mean, if we go back, you find a lot of Rolex watches, also modern Rolex watches.
That's right.
With the engraving on the backside. What
That's
about
right.
this? If you can tell to the audience, what about the engraving on the backside?
Let me grab one before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, here we have it. Yeah. So here first is the logo as a stamp.
And then you also have a logo on the case back.
Yeah.
It has been made by Rolex, and Rolex received an order that the government of Oman wants a few pieces, and they approved the order. They engraved the watch with the Omani crest, and they supplied the government. Such watches are gifted to higher personnel serving in the government, or in some horse races, the first, second, third place are gifted Rolex watches that carry the logo.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
And maybe also if you come from a foreign country for a visit, or
Of course, like ambassadors, ministers, not necessarily Rolex, but they get gifts that are exchanged upon their visits as well.
And just to give them some face, because we have a lot from the US and from Germany, here we have the ruler which...
Our past Sultan, Sultan Qaboos, who
Yeah.
was responsible for all the logos.
And I heard always he was one of the biggest watch collectors in the world.
That's right. And car collectors.
Ah, okay.
And this is our current Sultan, Sultan Haytham, who is also a big watch collector and has a special taste in art and in cars as well. So the hobby is continuing and we're gonna see more and more watches in Oman. Definitely all the special ones.
For everyone, you know, we always try to show you also the city now. We are really, next time I will stay longer with you. We just got shown around. I have to tell you, this is the cleanest place you can imagine. The roads, everything is just 10 out. You don't see anything on the streets, and I have to say this is really an experience to come here. And the scenery, the landscape, you can almost draw some similarities to, let's say, the south region of Germany with all the mountains, you know, Bavaria as well as Austria.
Yes.
I mean, of course, it's more kind of not so green like we used to, but you have really a beautiful country. People are all very nice, and it is just an experience to come here. I would suggest, if you want to kind of relax and come down, visit Oman, and you will not be disappointed. Huh?
Absolutely. Thank you very much for your visit, and we definitely look forward for your visit again, and you stay longer. We have to take you around and show
If you want to see rare jewelry, I just showed you so much. If you want to see rare jewelry, if you want to see rare watches which you cannot see anywhere, please check out Future Jewelry. Everything is in the description. And you are, I mean, you distribute most of the things over Instagram, right? So this is the most important channel.
That's right.
These are some really, you get some insights, you get some rare pieces. Last time maybe we can show the picture, you showed a set of 3 Pearl Master days, they just with sapphire setting. These are very hard to find, and not necessarily expensive in a sense that these are very expensive watches, but I mean, okay, 50,000 is a lot of money, but it's not about the price point, it's about to find them.
At the moment, a client booked 2 pieces. It's not this one, sorry, I grabbed the other one.
This is also nice. The thing is, I wanted to get this one for Victoria, maybe, but I wanted to negotiate with him, and then we had just our lunch, and he said, no, it's sold.
So a client picked up 2 watches, and she reserved a watch for herself and a watch for her husband.
So sweet. This is so sweet. Look at the setting, all factory, very rare model, Pearl Master series with some sapphires. Sweet watch.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, huh? Well, it's sold.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
We'll definitely find you another one.
Yeah, inshallah.
I personally like them over these, although these are modern and a bigger size. This is a 34 millimeter, this is a 29, but this is more elegant. And like the brilliant sapphires in the center of the bracelet just adds a bit of extra touch to it.
But is it paid?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. There's something you don't see every day.
Absolutely.
Maybe she will not like it. So this is your space here,
This
right?
is my space. It's always messy, but it only means one thing. It only means that you're working hard.
But I can really tell you're a collector. You collect.
I do. I enjoy what I do.
Yeah.
So even if it's a piece of jewelry which I won't wear, I'll keep it close to me until I find the right person. For example, I bought a piece of vintage Cartier necklace, and I know it's not for everybody. It's from the 70s, and it has coral and turquoise, 2 stones that Cartier doesn't use anymore.
The scarab?
Can you see? Mm-hmm. And it's something you don't see much. It has all the numbers, all the engravings, and the condition is absolutely immaculate. So things like these, I keep them close to me, and I'm asking $30,000 for this.
30,000.
Yes.
30,000.
I mean, look at it. It's something you can hold with the tasbih in your hand. It's that good of a piece. When you talk special, that's where Future Jewelry shines.
Oh, what do we have here? This is a Cellini, full factory set. Hello.
Even kids are excited to see.
And whom do we see here at 6 o'clock position?
This is the grandfather of Sheikh Tamim, King of Qatar. His name is Sheikh Khalifa. And this watch was made in 1982. Still comes in the original condition.
Pristine condition, huh?
Absolutely.
Look at this, pristine condition.
As if it was preserved in a safe throughout the years.
Amazing, amazing. I mean, you have really...
There's always something special. We do jewelry, things like earring studs. We do signed pieces. We just got this Chaumet solitaire ring. And it's 50% of retail price. We get a lot of deals.
What is here left side? Double sign on the top in the gray. What's this?
Again, very similar gifts of Alaikum salam.
Salam.
Ahlan wa sahlan.
And the watch. Arabic numerals. And the Sultan at 6 o'clock.
I also love special dials.
This is not Rubeli. It's gray.
Rubellite is a common name, but the actual stone name is grossular.
Yeah.
And this is one of the least common stone dials around.
You find them here locally, or you get them from all around the world?
All around the world. You might not find stone dials locally, but they're not hard for me. I know where to find them.
Okay.
It's just that I started early hunting them, and I started collecting them initially, and then sooner friends came over and started asking me to source one after the other, and then slowly I started releasing them to collectors around. But I'll show you something that you won't see except in Oman, and this is part of the Omani tradition to wear what we call a khanjar on top of the Omani dress.
Whoa, okay.
So
Horn.
this is a natural horn, and this is silver.
Wow.
But attention to detail in such pieces is outstanding. I mean, look at the finishing, look at the horn. This is at least 25 years old, and you can even feel the heft, the leather, the wire work that goes in it. The time is
Wow.
something stunning.
What a piece. Everywhere you look,
There's
there's
something.
something.
There's something.
Everywhere you look.
So I know you like the Arabic culture,
Walking stick.
but by who?
This is
Asprey.
Esprit.
And this is a natural horn.
Look, you know, everywhere you look, even here, box, you see something in it. Everywhere you look, something is around here. Bracelets, you see.
There's a bit for everybody.
So if you see something you like, yeah, just text him, and I'm sure you will find something affordable in every price range, which is nice. And I mean, we just saw very few pieces. And
Absolutely.
if you enjoy this, please take a look at his Instagram, and he's posting daily some stuff.
Thank you very much.
And here we are at our next appointment, and it has been the first meeting we had in 2020.
Yes.
I just founded my company at that time, and then we came here and you gave us the possibility to show the most expensive fragrance. And imagine how many time has passed.
Oh, it's a long time.
Four years now, yeah. And the last time we met in Las Vegas, and what I didn't know and we didn't talk about, you have brought out 4 new fragrances.
Correct.
But let's say we have now a new version of the best sellers, which are, let's say, very, very wearable for the Europeans, right?
Correct.
What was the idea behind this new line?
So welcome, Mark, again. It's been a long time. We have launched our new second generation. The idea, because we wanted to sell more and we wanted to be more global and approach the young generation. The second generation, which we launched in 2017, it was very niche. The fragrances were
Very
very
Arabic.
very potent.
Yeah.
The ingredients were even they were very opulent to what Dubai is today. So when we made the second collection, second generation collection, so if you remember, we had the Bahar, and the Bahar made the Durra, which was the pearl.
Yeah.
Again, we have made everything again very minimalistic and approachable by a young generation. It's an everyday wear. The prices are even much approachable. So we've launched the first Accord collection in Incense 2024. We had launched Baz. We missed you there, of course.
Yeah.
You were not there.
Yeah.
So we launched Baz, Nargisi, Durra, and Abjar.
And this is for everyone. I'm sure all the collectors who are watching, you all want to have this bottle in your shelf.
Correct.
And now, we are in a different price point, right?
Absolutely.
It's almost not half, but almost half.
So for the Baz, Durra, and Abjar, Bois,
Yeah.
prices are €425, which, if you remember, the first launch of the second generation, they were about €895.
Interesting.
The Nargisi was for about €1,295. Now the Nargisi is for €515. Again, we have kept the natural ingredients.
You have structured it around, right? You have still the same ingredients but twisted.
Everything is the same, the ingredients are the same, but we wanted to showcase to the world what can we do with the same ingredients, make it more minimalistic, more focused on, for example, Baz Cure is more focused on the leather.
That's right.
Durra Ombre, which is more focused on the pearl or the amber characteristics of the sea. Nargisi, which is the bouquet. Again, we use the best Taif rose. It's a bouquet of a beautiful flower, but more wearable by a younger generation. It's more fun, it's more happy.
Yeah.
The audience for this was very niche at the beginning. So we wanted to have a better approach. We wanted to have a better understanding for, the crowd, which we can wear it every day. And it's a beautiful bottle, and it's a shame that it is only for those niche clientele. We want it to be more global with everybody and anybody. So when you smell them, nobody's gonna say, "Oh, it's too hard. It's not for me. It's
Too
very
animalic.
too animalic or too oriental." Now it's a bit more fresh. It's approachable. It's wearable. And like I said, you can wear this any time of the day. For example, we have the Baz. The only difference now you see with Baz, the old one, it was a simple bottle. Now we have colored the bottle.
Okay.
It's more gradient. This is the packaging of the new Accord collection. And here you see the pouches.
Travel
The
pouch.
pouches are integrated into the box now, so
Good.
you don't get exactly
Two
you don't get two boxes. So now the pouch is integrated into the main box. And I would like you to try the Accord and let me know what is your feedback on this.
A very fresh tendency to it, right?
Absolutely. Keeping the same dynamics, same DNA, which is the leather, which was existing even in the before, but we simplified the formulation. We made it more wearable. It's more.
This one has a cleanness to it. It's a very serious fragrance. I would say this one for a job, day-to-day, signature fragrance.
Absolutely. It's a very contemporary, minimalistic fragrance.
But I feel the leather. You have a bright
so
leather.
we've only elevated the leather into this. But again, the natural ingredients are still there. It's a very potent fragrance. It lasts. It's a long-lasting, beautiful silage. We've launched in Incense, and so far we've almost out of stock. So it's doing fantastically well. The Europeans are accepting it well. The American audience are even accepting it well. Like I said, it's an easy wear, but it is still very opulent.
Yeah, for the US, I think this is also working great.
Then we have the ombre again. If you remember the old bottle, which was.
Yeah.
And now this is the new bottle.
Very nice design.
Thank you very much.
Very bright.
Thank you very much.
Looks.
So this is the ombre. Here you can smell the amber, which is again a very natural amber we have. One of the top A quality ambers. Very fresh.
Nice. But you feel the similarity.
Absolutely.
You feel the similarity, just the oud is a little bit back.
Absolutely.
This one is a nice alteration. You feel, last Friday I think Durra was my fragrance for today, so I still remember it. Very high volume, still a beautiful fragrance.
Beautiful silage.
Some little bit sweetness to it as well.
Yeah.
This one, for example, would be a great fragrance if you go out and you want to have a date or during the evening time. This is a great fragrance, yeah.
Thank you. And last but not least, because we're going to launch the other three which we have not worked on, which is the D1, Amal, and the Haiba.
Haiba, yeah.
So these three will be launched soon next year
Oh,
in
okay.
Incense, because the response have been very good. So people are asking what about the other ones.
Yeah.
So we wanted to launch this, see the market how it is, and we got a fantastic response. And people are waiting for D1, Haiba, and Amal.
Yeah.
Which is going to come soon, as hopefully, inshallah. And this is Abjar Bois.
This was the first fragrance I've ever bought from the Spirit of Dubai.
And again,
Wow, okay. Okay.
very woody, very clean. So we wanted to associate the Arabian horses, how they run on the green field. So it's a very green, woody fragrance.
Green and woody. Also a fragrance for every day. It has a masculine DNA to it.
Yeah.
Still you can feel the Arabic spirit, but not animalic. It's a really nice interpretation of Abjar.
The original second generation had a lot of formulation, a lot of fragrances. This is basically what we have done, is simplify the formulation and elevated what is important to be elevated. And here you can smell exotic fragrance, which is again very wearable, very approachable.
Great.
Young. It's a very cool, trendy fragrance.
Nice.
Yeah.
And we need to try Nargisi.
Nargisi, absolutely. So Nargisi.
This one, Nargisi, I have to say, for our Turkish clients, this is the most sold fragrance, especially in our store. If some Turkish clients come in, they love Nargisi. And for every man who maybe is in Germany or in the US, the twist is the nice thing. So rose, for us, we associate it more for the female. Here it is different. And I just can recommend trying out rose. You can also layer it, but as a masculine man, to work with rose, it's a really nice twist.
So again, the bottle has been colored, so you see the gradation. It's going from light pink to black, and how it is. And again, keeping the Ward al-Taif, which is the signature fragrance in the original one. And again, how we have made Ward al-Taif to be a cool, trendy fragrance.
So it is definitely, the rose is a little bit turned down.
Suffused, yes, still very floral.
Yeah, floral, but with a tendency to sweet.
Sure.
And I would even say a little bit, let's say, candy-wise. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. I mean, this is something completely new. I'm really looking forward for your feedback. I know that everyone is asking always for the second generation because it's so decorative, and no one is doing this kind of style. And I'm sure you should really try it out. If you are in Düsseldorf, then please come to our store. We have there everything. So Blumenstraße number 9. We are welcoming you, and feel free to try them out. Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you, Marc.
But we have now another step, right? You are allowing us to show to the bakur.
Yeah.
This is something very interesting, because right now, what can we expect from the next stop?
Basically, we, as a company, our strength was bakur and oud. We were the first people who had packaged bakur into a different packaging. Today, you see in the market, everybody is copying our bakurs, which is bakur and nabi. So we were the first person to bring a 40-gram packaged, so it stays fresh. And the bakurs were never treated in this manner. In the market, the historical bakurs were always sold in jars, handmade, hand-rolled.
Yeah.
This is more of a proper packaging. And we were the first trendsetters that we made bakurs into a Cadbury form or a chocolate form. So they color bakurs the chocolate. And today, whoever makes a new bakur into the market, another brand, they still are, making the same kind of a shape which we have. So we were the inventors of this shape. Okay. Everyone is sticking to the 40-gram, which is, again, we invented that. So yes, it will be a fun experience for you and your audience. I hope you guys enjoy it. And
let's go there.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Something very essential in the Arabic world is bakur and oud to burn, right?
Yes.
This you use for, it's kind of for the home, a room fragrance, right?
It's also a home room, and it's also used personally for layering.
True.
Yeah, so you use it on your hair, you use it on your clothes, and women use it to perfume their body, their fabrics as well. So it's integrated with layering and home care as well.
And there is a mixture to it. So you can either use the full tree, or let's say you use powder or the chips and you infuse it with some signature oils.
Yes.
And then you burn it. This is a special product which you invented.
Yes.
And here we have essentially wood,
Yes.
the wood itself, but infused with the fragrance.
All right. So this is Nabil's Perfume Classic Bakur. And this has been there more than 3 decades, and it's one of the largest seller. So culturally, like you explained about the significance, this is the bakur. We take the oud chips, and I will take you through the process, how it comes from the chips to this particular thing, and how it's supposed to burn on a charcoal incense to get the output. So it's about oud, it's about perfume, and there is a special recipe, which is very like a trade secret, and that makes our bakur the best. You don't have the burning eyes. It doesn't burn your throat, and it doesn't leave the black smoke. So we make sure we are compliant with IFRA. A lot of bakurs in the market might be cheaper in price, more affordable, but they use certain ingredients which are allergic, which are not allowed in many of the countries, and they're not very healthy as well. So we try to make sure that everything is regulated and healthy as well, because in the home you have the whole family, right?
Sure.
So making sure that secret recipe helps into more enhanced fragrance coming out, continuous burning of the perfume smoke, and that's a recipe only Nabil has as of date, because we are one of the biggest and the largest bakur and oud manufacturer.
So let's go and check out
Yeah,
the
please.
manufacturing process. It's just everything is kind of infused. You feel that you have a really nice fragrance here in the air. So
Yes.
this is the first step.
So that's the milling area, and
Hey.
here you take the chips of agar wood and you grind them into the fine powder.
Okay, maybe
The-
we can see one. What they use on top?
So this is the chips which are used, and then they will be granulated to a fine powder form.
Ah, okay. So this.
So
is
even
the-
this is selected, which is very certified and quality. There is grades into the chips which help you more burning, less burning. Plus it has to be certified. So we are certified for the quality. So this is the place where the dough is formed.
Yeah.
And this is a very traditional way. It's semi-automatic, so we used perfume oil. The wood absorbs, and again the agar wood is selected with maximum absorption. So the fine powder gets mixed with perfume and the secret recipe, which are solvents which help to bind the product and give the maximum optimum functionality when you burn the incense.
Okay.
So it protects the perfume oil from burning. So that's a special recipe which of course I can't tell you.
Yeah.
But the process is done here for making the dough, and then we will be hand rolling it to make sure you get the tablets, which I will show you.
Okay.
This shape of bakur, and then we keep them in the trays for drying.
Yeah.
We will go into the drying area where around 8 to 10 hours we keep them for drying. If we do not dry them, then it's possibility, it's very soft. If you touch, it's very soft now, and it easily breaks. To make sure it doesn't break while we pack, we need to dry it so that it's little bit strong and sturdy.
Oh.
So that's the drying area, and around 37 to 38 degrees. So the perfume is still retained into it.
It's very subtle. It's not
Very
strong.
subtle, very subtle. Otherwise, you're going to affect the perfume capacity or functionality.
Okay. But the smell in here is amazing. Amazing.
It's a very high concentration of perfume oil which goes, because imagine the wood absorbing the oil.
Yeah.
So it holds a lot of perfume oil, and the solvents help it release gradually, eventually, while you're incensing your home or your fabrics or your hair, whatever the reason be. Now the next area is where the packaging happens and how it reaches the end customer. So here you can see we have the tablet, which is more sturdy and not easy to break. This is after it has been dried.
Yes.
You see the comparison.
Looks almost like chocolate.
Yeah. So the reason it's in a specific Cadbury shape, and this Nabil was the first one to do it in a particular shape. The reason is you break it and you use only small. So to make it easy to break, it has this cubicle areas, so you can break it easily rather than a flat piece. Otherwise, you have to play with it.
Okay.
So everything is well thought.
Okay.
And then after Nabil did, everybody kind of got
Also,
inspiration.
yeah.
So the tablets go here. These are 40-gram tablets, and then you have, this is the classic best-selling, the wrapper. And the wrapper is also made so that the perfume stays intact, does not dry. So it's an aluminium foil. And this is how is the primary packaging of it happens. It's a 40-gram bakur. It was called Touch Me, but then we changed the name to Bakur Nabil.
Okay.
These are then boxed into individual boxes. So this is boxed, and you have the hologram out here. and then it goes for the batch coding and manufacturing. So we have around, it doesn't spoil for 5 years once the product is packed.
5 years.
5 years.
Okay.
And this then comes into a dozen box. So you have 12 of these because the usage is so high. You burn it every evening. In every Arab house, this is burnt to get rid of evil spirits. If there is negative energy in the house, you burn this, it welcomes positivity. It's like blessings and in the house, and also welcoming the guests. So normally people buy in the dozen packs. And this is one part of incense, and the next is the oud.
The next is the wood. So you remain the chips like they are.
Yes.
And you don't grind them.
Yeah.
But I think it will be very loud in here.
So we enter our wood area, and
Wow.
so here we have a jar as the packaging, and what I'm going to show you is something we sell in millions. The product which we are doing now. This is a final product, but we have the chips here. We bring the raw chips and we mix them with perfume oil, special solvents. It goes into a machine like that, and it's filled to 40 grams capacity in the bottles. You have the capping there. You have the labeling of the product. So that's the product. And it's sealing here. So you seal it to keep the freshness intact every time you open and close. That's how you pack it. So this is our famous oud mamul. And it goes for batch coding and packing. So this is how the oud products are made. Again, the usage is same. You burn it and then you use it in your home to welcome the guests, to ward off the negativity, just to make it pleasant, or on your skin.
Very nice. It's something we are not used to in the US and in Europe, but you see here and there people are very interested in all of these products. So this is how you do it. You enlight the charcoal, and then let's place something on top of it. And we have to say, for the people who already know and maybe come to the UAE before, this one smells a little bit lighter. If you burn pure wood, it's very kind of dark, I would say, or different to this. This one gives a very kind of aromatic room smell.
It's a floral. It is little bit of musk, vanilla out there. So it's and it has the oud because it's made with the agar wood. So it's something you don't want to overwhelm the people coming in, but very smooth, relaxing, soothing smell. But definitely it depends on what kind of perfume we mix. So we can even make fresh. We can make fruity bakurs. We can make fresh bakurs.
Okay.
You can make leathery bakurs like we have in our brands. But this is more classic, regular, everyday use.
Great, great. That's it, I think. Yeah?
So that's how the bakur, and it's a similar way of how you would use the oud as well. And this one piece lasts for a very long time. So you can take little small quantity based on the size of the room or the house. And you can see it's loaded with perfume, and it's a subtle smoke, no black particles, nothing which will disturb you, very quiet. So Marc, this is like the goat of oud. It's the greatest of all time, the oud and the bakur. And Nabil proudly can say that after selling this for more than 30 years and still being untouched.
Perfect. Thank you very much for showing.
Thank you so much for your visit.
And here we see also where everything has started. In 1969, the company really got founded, and from there on we see the development in the products, and all the years, step by step, there is development. If you are interested, we also put online a video back in 2020 with the most expensive fragrance in the world, which was released in 2019 called Schmuck. And right now there's also a new release. Here we see a special new shape. It's from the founder of the company. He has released something special. I already showed you this one for a spray in Las Vegas, and let's see what we can do with it. And it has always been a pleasure to come here, and it has been so many times. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked that video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and also visit Spirit of Dubai. And I see you guys next time. Bye bye.